Hi, ladies. Welcome to the Feminine Universe. I am so happy to have you here. This is a continuation of your Get Gorgeous Fast Guide that you can always revisit when you have an event coming up, when you want to maybe break a few necks, or whenever you feel like taking a little extra care of yourself and being on goddess mode. We're jumping back into the second part of the list. We're picking up at tip number 6. So if you haven't seen tip 1 through 5 yet, be sure to check out part 1. Let's get right back into it. Tip number 6 is getting facials or creating an effective facial routine. Here in New York City, a basic facial will run you about $60 through $150. Many estheticians say getting a facial about 4 times in the year is sufficient. It's especially recommended to book these as the seasons transition because that's when our skin tends to go a little extra crazy. Along with maintenance facials to keep your skin in check, you can also get facial treatments that target your specific skin issues, whether that's acne, hyperpigmentation, wrinkles, or dullness. If facials aren't your cup of tea for whatever reason, you can also use the money that you would spend on 1 or 2 facials and create an incredible skincare routine. There are some tried and true classic products out there that are a bit pricey, but they've stood the test of time for a reason. And amazingly, there are more and more effective quality products popping up at the drugstore as well. Basically, all I'm saying is we should step up our skincare routine and not just be using a quick cleanser and slapping on a moisturizer. Unless that is obviously working for you and your skin looks glowing with just those 2 steps, then feel free to completely ignore me. If it's working, it's working. But for everyone else, adding a few steps and really tweaking the products to your skin type can make a huge difference. A little tip, I know many of us might have heard this one by now, but for everyone who hasn't, we should be rubbing our cleansers into our skin for at least 60 seconds before rinsing it off to give the actives in our cleansers time to work. This little tip is aptly named the 60-second rule. Tip 6B, because I don't think this is a whole separate tip on its own, would just be utilizing lip scrub. I don't really know what this dry, cracked, peeling lip phenomenon is all about, but simply scrub and moisturize the lips. I can't be the only one who's seen immaculately dressed men and women with their lips peeling and practically falling off. Dry lips truly detract from your whole look. A little lip scrub and a thick lip balm or some good old Vaseline overnight can work wonders. If nothing seems to be helping, don't be shy to talk to your dermatologist or primary care physician. All in all, tip number 6 is to just perfect your facial care. Tip number 7 is to have a body routine. While many people are willing to acknowledge the importance of a skincare routine for the face, I've found that a routine for the body is still overlooked way too often. Think of the shower as just one more place to practice a little self-care. There are wonderful soaps in the bar form or in body washes for just overall daily general care. And I know a lot of people are over physical exfoliation, but honey, I am obsessed. I love a good thorough washcloth, or even better, some exfoliating gloves. Over the years, everyone I've gifted some exfoliating gloves has become obsessed. Body scrubs are also life. Have a nice little collection of those for the days you just want to scrub them in for 2 to 3 minutes and rinse off. But what I'm really addicted to is my microdermabrasion bar. I use the bar once a week and nothing else comes close. I will be buying this stuff for as long as they make it. You can also use shower time to treat any skin issues. You can use soaps or body washes with salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide for body acne or generally bumpy skin. Glycolic acid or kojic acid soaps are the one for getting rid of dark spots. Now, if If dark spots or unevenness are your issue, you want to lather up. Let the lather sit on your body from anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. Then rinse the acids so they have time to work. And remember to moisturize really well because these acids can dry out the skin a bit. Did you know that there are body masks? I was talking to some friends about this. They were very baffled and said they've never heard of this before, so I thought I'd throw this in there. They are just like face masks, but for your body. To get the best bang for your buck when it comes to body masks, be sure to purchase a product that's at least 8 ounces so you can get some good usage out of it and not just use it once or twice and have it be almost empty. In regards to feminine hygiene and care, there are many doctors who say water is plenty. Some women like to use specific products marketed for feminine care. My feminine care fave is Dove Sensitive Soap. You can get very intimate with it and there is no stinging. You get a great gentle clean. I can't say enough good things about it. Lastly, in regards to the body, keep a foot buffer or pumice stone in your shower and buff your feet every other day. Use a heavier cream on your feet instead of lotion and throw on some socks 2 to 3 nights a week. By doing this, you'll be able to comfortably go 2 to 4 weeks depending on your skin without needing a full pedicure. And that's usually going to be because it's time to change out your nail polish rather than your feet being in bad condition. Seriously, that was a game changer for me. And that's tip number 7, have a body care routine. Tip number 8 is going to be to apply some makeup. What kind of list about getting gorgeous fast would this be if we didn't talk about makeup? Makeup can really upgrade your look with a few products and a few minutes. Now, I am not talking about a 50-step, 2-hour routine. I am definitely someone who promotes the idea that makeup is best used for enhancing what you've already got going on. You can really get a great look with a quick, simple 10 to 15 minute routine. The one solid tip I will give is to really focus on what your face needs. If you have great skin, don't feel obligated to wear a full face of foundation. A little spot concealing and some powder might be more than enough to even out your skin tone. If your face is already sharp and angular and you are already serving cheekbones, you're serving jawline, you might not need to contour all the way to the heavens because contour is used to create and deepen angles in the face, and that could be overkill for you. If your eyebrows are already nice and full and strong, you might not need to fill them in. A little concealer underneath the brows to clean them up and have them looking sharp might be all it takes to make them pop. I'm just saying you might not specifically need every step you see in a makeup tutorial. Play around, have fun, and find what looks best for you. So tip number 8 would be apply makeup that works for your face. Tip number 9 is to plan your outfits. This is one of my favorite tips. It satisfies my organizational OCD list making side. Like in high school, I would sometimes print out the weather for the week and pick out outfits according to the weather. I know, that's a little extra, but I really think one of the things that really puts me in my feminine energy is being prepared, like not fumbling, not scrambling, not panicking. So when I talk about picking out your outfit, I mean plan them to the T. Pick it out, try it on, edit out whatever doesn't work, add on accessories, then put it away and feel the relaxation of being prepared. Because sometimes we pick it out in our mind but don't really put it on, and next thing you know, it doesn't fit how you remember, a button is missing, it's more wrinkly than you thought, and you only have 5-10 minutes to get out the door. So something ends up suffering, whether you don't get to wear what you wanted and then you scramble and pick an outfit in haste that might not look as good, or you're walking out with a wrinkly outfit or something goes wrong. Whereas if you do all those steps beforehand, you'll always be ready to go. Let's say you do that on Sundays. You pick your 5 days of outfits, you try them all on, knock that out in about 30 minutes on a Sunday evening, and you're all good to go for the week. A little pro tip, keep a picture log of your outfits. After you get dressed, especially when you're feeling yourself, snap a little photo of your look and your outfit. I actually started doing this because one of my sisters takes pictures of everything, and sometimes I'll be going through her phone log through different events we went to or dinners or anything like that, and I'll look at my outfits and be like, oh, that was so cute. Where's that belt? Where's that bag? Where are those shoes? Because things get buried in our closets and we forget about them, and by keeping a log, you'll remember all the outfits you really like, the outfits you want to revisit, how other things might look together, and just make life overall easier for yourself by getting the dressing part out of the way. Best thing about this tip, completely free. It's just about planning your outfits and shopping your closet. So tip number 9 is to plan your outfits. Tip number 10 is to get your beauty sleep. Based on the general circadian rhythms of the human body, our peak sleep hours are the 6 hours from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. This is the time when your body best recharges. For my lifestyle, getting to bed by 10 p.m. is usually not realistic, but I can usually do somewhere around 11 p.m. or midnight and capitalize on 4 to 5 of those peak hours. Sleep deprivation is actually a form of torture, so don't torture yourselves. You might agree to things you wouldn't or make mistakes you typically wouldn't when you're running low on sleep. But in regards to just your beauty and appearance, lack of sleep can cause skin issues, can cause under eye bags. It actually ages you as well because your cells don't get a chance to fully regenerate. A lack of sleep also messes with your weight because of the hormones that it throws out of whack, and you'll actually find yourself hungrier. So if you want to keep your mind balanced, keep your weight regulated, and keep your face in check as far as puffiness and bags and aging, getting some sleep is the best free tip to get gorgeous fast. Sleep 7 to 8 hours a night for 7 days straight if you're not already, and tell me you don't see and feel a difference. And it only gets better the longer you can keep that streak going. So tip number 10 is to get your beauty sleep. Tip number 11 is to try supplements. Now, not everyone needs supplements, but I do know many of us don't eat as well or as balanced as we should. And supplements aren't just beneficial for people who eat unhealthily. I tend to fall into a pattern of eating the same 5 or 6 meals when I'm on my super healthy eating tip, but the problem with that is I'm getting a lot of the same vitamins and nutrients over and over while missing out on others. Ideally, we would eat healthily and eat a varied diet that allows us to get all we need, but that just doesn't always happen. And being deficient in certain vitamins and minerals can affect all sorts of things, including your immune system, your weight, your skin, hair growth, nails, headache, all that stuff. Of course, you should always talk to your doctor if you're having health struggles or want to incorporate anything new into your regimen, especially if you have existing health issues or if you're already taking medications, or even if you're pregnant or trying to get pregnant, to be sure about how they will interact. But if you feel like you've been struggling with specific aspects of your health, it could be a good idea to have some tests done and see if you're deficient in anything. Like when I was struggling with uncharacteristic amounts of fatigue, we realized that it was a minor iron deficiency, and getting some iron supplements into my regimen made the whole difference. So tip number 11, I would say don't sleep on supplements. Our last tip is tip number 12, which is start sipping tea if you aren't already. And no, I don't mean gossip, I mean actual tea. I'm definitely that person always going on and on about how underrated the remedies and rituals of the olden days are. Tea is absolutely one of those things we are just not getting enough of, especially here in the States. There is a tea for everything: cramps, breakouts, indigestion, sleep issues, weight loss, and so much more. What I've noticed about tea is that it kind of has a compound effect. So the longer you do it, the better it works. Some great teas to look into if you don't have a favorite already is the classic green tea. She is up there for a reason. Amazing tea. Lemon tea, ginger tea, oolong tea. That's just to name a few. Of course, peppermint tea as well. Look into any of those if you're looking for a new favorite tea or trying to dip your toe into the world of tea drinking. And here is also a quick breakdown on a simple weight loss, weight regulation, apple cider vinegar tea I like to make. ACV has so many incredible properties, and for this tea, what I do is bring 1 cup of water to a boil, then add 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. You can alternate how much of the apple cider vinegar and lemon juice you want to use and find an acidity that's comfortable for you. You can also add a teaspoon of honey to the tea to blunt the bitterness of the ACV, but I skip the honey so that I can drink this while I fast. But I do love honey in my midday green tea. So I'll have the ACV tea once in the morning and once in the evening, and I'll have another cup or 2 of other teas throughout the day in between those ACV teas. Now it's time for our bonus tips. Bonus tip number 1 is to make sure you have downtime. Everyone is different. We all have schedules. Some people have kids. Some people work 2 or 3 jobs. Some people have high stress corporate jobs. Some people are in school while they work. I completely understand that downtime is more difficult to come by for some than others, but schedule it in if you need to. Don't look at it as a luxury. Look at it as a necessity. It can be something super luxurious and extra and relaxing, or it can be something simple, whether that's 20 minutes a day to yourself or 2 hours once a week to yourself. However you can split it up, make sure you get that. Bonus tip 2 is to try using less social media. Now, I am not about to tell anyone that they can't have social media. If it didn't exist, I wouldn't be able to reach all you lovely ladies. But what I will say is be wary of too much of a good thing. Just be cautious about how social media creeps in and just becomes a part of your regular life. It's as simple as thinking, oh, I have a few minutes of free time while I wait for a friend to meet me at the restaurant, while I'm on my commute home on the train, while I'm in the Uber, whatever the case might be. We don't realize how much it creeps into our day-to-day life and how much that begins to shape our opinions on what's attractive, what's successful, or what's normal. I would say try to be more intentional with it. Maybe have a set hour a day when you know you're going to be entertained. That's kind of what I do. I give myself a 1-hour cap and I go into it kind of like when you sit down and watch a movie. I take that hour and just know people are about to show their highlight reel, or that prank that you think is so hilarious might not have been as spontaneous as you think, and you're watching the 3rd or 4th take. So it's kind of like when you get that popcorn and settle in for a movie, you know it's about to be entertainment and you're not under the illusion that it's real. Kind of put yourself in the same mind frame before you consume some social media. And the 3rd and final bonus tip is to try a gratitude journal if you haven't already. If you have, continue. If you fell off, get back on. The neurological benefits of a gratitude journal are astounding. It will really blow your mind how forcing yourself to be positive can rewire your brain in a certain way. I learned about this in a neuropsychology class class when I was in undergrad, the benefits that it had, and we were kind of forced to do it. The teacher was kind of slick with it, so shout out to that professor. She made it so that you had to exchange it with others when you got to class every day. So even if you skipped doing it at night, you'd have to scribble something down so your classmate would have something to work with when we did the notebook exchanges, and the benefits were confounding. I would recommend that to everyone, no matter what your situation is. If you're in a situation you're trying to get out of, if you're in a situation where you just want to be appreciative and reflect, if you're in limbo, whatever your situation is, only good things can come of gratitude journaling. Hope that was an in-depth and helpful Get Gorgeous Fast guide. I hope you're able to apply as many of these as you wish and get on with living your most gorgeous life. Until next time, ladies, keep it feminine, stay focused, and have fun.